Good morning, all of you. How are you all? Welcome back to your social studies virtual classroom. Today, in this module, we are going to start a new chapter of political science, chapter number 4, Democracy. This chapter is totally linked with our previous chapter, Forms of Governments. So, before starting the chapter, let me once again remind you to please like and subscribe to my channel and do press the bell icon also for further notifications. Democracy. We have already studied the meaning of this term in our previous chapter. Democracy means government by the people. A democracy has certain elements which make it a most preferred form of government today. These elements include participation, accountability, conflict resolution, and concern for equality and justice. Now, participation. People have the right to participate in the governing of the country. They do this by electing their representatives. So, we can say that the role of a citizen is very important in a democracy. To pursue this role effectively, citizens have to be aware of their rights as well as duties. They should be capable and sincere enough to elect their representative by understanding that which government is taking the right steps regarding their welfare. So, for this reason, it is important for them to acquire knowledge about current events and policy making. So, in that case, the press plays a very important role in a democracy. With the help of newspapers, radio, and television, as well as public meetings, citizens will be able to gather all the required information about the political parties, which will help them in choosing their best representative. Democracy also means that all citizens are free to express their opinions. If they think that the government is not discharging its duties properly, they can even criticize and question the government. They can also oppose its policies without resorting to any violence or breaking any laws. The government also, on the other hand, is expected to consider the views of the people and work for the betterment of the people. Now, let us learn about representative democracy. This means that people elect their representatives to run the government for them or for their welfare. Our India follows the system of representative democracy. This democracy works in a particular way. Let us understand this step by step. So, the first step is the formation of political parties. People form political parties according to their views and objectives. Then, these political parties choose their candidates. During their campaign and before the election, these candidates announce the program and the policies that their party will undertake if they win the elections. This is known as the party manifesto. So, a manifesto is a list of the promises that a political party make before the elections. In it, they say what they will do if they are elected as the government. After this manifesto declaration, political parties hold public meetings. Through these meetings, they keep the people informed about important issues. Thus, the political parties help people to know what they should expect, and in turn, they also shape the public opinion towards them. After the completion of all these steps, the most awaited time arrives, the elections. Every 5 years, elections are held in our country for both the central and state legislatures. They are held even earlier if the government falls. The parties put up their best candidates for elections, which they think are able, committed to the party, and are dedicated to serve the people. So, this is the final step when voters vote for their choice of representative in election booths. In our next class, we will learn about how people exercise their right to vote. So these are two home task questions that you have to do in your notebook. If you have any query, you can write to me in the comment box with your name and section, please. Thank you for watching, students.